Hey there, gamers. Well, honestly, one of the next videos I was planning to do was a big update video because I got a lot of stuff from eBay. I'm still waiting on one last item to come from that. Hopefully it'll come today. If so, then I'll do a update video then today. But one thing I just want to get out of the way, I also got this off eBay, but it's more than just a game. I got myself a new game system. So you know last time I did the Vectrex review. So here's the new system I got. It is a NeoGeo CD. Yeah, I just noticed right there the E's a little worn off there, but yeah, this is a NeoGeo CD. So pretty much, developed by SNK. So there it is, right there. So pretty much, for those who don't know, the NeoGeo was originally an arcade system released in 1990 by SNK. The arcade system was called the NeoGeo MVS, the multi-video system. Pretty much the whole idea was SNK thought up this idea that, well, instead of making each arcade game on its own separate board, and therefore arcade owners would have to keep buying a new arcade cabinet for each game. That would really increase the cost, and it makes them a little less likely to try out new games. So SNK decided, how about we just make a arcade board, that would be the cabinet, and then each game will come in its own cartridge. And then, these cabinets could hold anywhere from 1, 2, 4, or even 6 MVS carts. So that was the whole idea of the NeoGeo MVS, and it became really successful in the arcades. And that was only part 1 of their plan, though. Part 2 then came 1 year later in 1991 when SNK released the NeoGeo AES, the Advanced Entertainment System for home. So pretty much the AES was just an MVS that was converted over for home use. Unfortunately, you were pretty much getting the literally arcade experience at home. And back in '91, back in the '90s, that was amazing. But unfortunately, it came out of price. The console, if you want to get like the gold edition, that came with a game, 2 controllers, the proper hookups, and the system, that was about $650. And I think the version with 1 game, 1 controller was maybe just a little less than $600. Yeah, when you consider inflation, that's like near $1,000. That's way more than what a PS3, would cost now. That was the thing, though. You got arcade perfection, pretty much. And unfortunately, the other problem was the games themselves cost. Literally, they could cost anywhere from they could range from $150 to $300, depending on how big the cartridges were. The NeoGeo, though, is the second longest running console ever. It started back in 1990 and went all the way till 2004 with the release of Samurai Shodown 5 Special. So 14 years, that's really good. And at that point, without a doubt, they showed off everything that they could do with that console. But I got mine for $250, free ship, a little less than that, roughly. $227, free shipping. But yeah, it's not just for the console. The console itself should run you the CD should run you about $150. I'll get to the CD. So let me just talk about the CD. The main idea is, yeah, SNK knew the NeoGeo AES was just going to go to a niche market. So 3 years after the AES came out, in 1994, SNK released the NeoGeo CD, which is pretty much it's pretty much a NeoGeo AES, but as you can see, it is a disc drive, and CDs instead of cartridges. So that really minimized the cost. I think it came out around, what was it, $299.99, I think, $300 when it came out, and the games themselves, cost about $50. That's about a third to a sixth less of the price of an AES cartridge. So the main problem, though, I will just talk about, yeah, the NeoGeo CD uses a 1X disc drive. It's really slow loading. But anyway, like I said, about $227, but it wasn't just for the system. What I got with it were 8 games to go with it, so let me show you off the games. So here we have Shin Oken, or released in the US as Ragnagard. Now, depending on the game, really, especially when it gets to the later time, they will, even though this is a Japanese version, this one does have the option to play in English, and it will change the title screen to Ragnagard accordingly, so that's really cool. The NeoGeo CD is region free, though, just to point that out. So over here, fortunately I don't know the full name right now, but it's pretty much Aggressors of Dark Combat. Unfortunately, this one does not have the ability to switch over to English. This was developed by 80K, and it's pretty much a fighting game that mixed together like beat-em-up elements, because you could move up and down the screen, so you have a separate jump button. And it also has Fuma from World Heroes in it. More of like a slightly obscure game. Anyway, let me talk about Ragnagard again. Ragnagard is pretty much known for having pre-rendered 3D graphics for the characters. The NeoGeo cannot do 3D 1-bit, but you could do pre-rendered. Here we have Cross Swords, also developed by 80K. This is pretty much like, it's pretty much like Punch-Out mixed with like, an RPG in a sense, with like swords and stuff. Again, this one also does not have the language option. And like I said, with the long load times, it actually depends on which game you're using. If it's a game that doesn't have a lot of space, that's not a big game like Cross Swords, you'll have an initial load time and then no load times after that. You know, like something like Shinoken, a little bit longer. And I will also say the system was supported from 94 to 1999, so it did have a good length of it. In 99, though, only 2 games were released for it, Last Blade 2 and King of Fighters 99. We did get King of Fighters 99 here in North America, and at that point the load times are probably just unbearable. Anyway, we got I got Samurai Showdown 2, or Shin Samurai Spirits. This one does have the option to switch over to English, as well as Samurai Showdown 3, Samurai Showdown 4, and here we have Rugai, which was released in America as Blues Journey. This one again also does not have the English option. And here's King of Fighters 96, and interestingly enough, I didn't realize until I looked in the back of the case, this actually is the English version. This is actually the version that was released in North America. So I got 7 Japanese games and 1 English one. I'll be honest though, I'm probably going to sell Samurai Showdown 1, 2, 3, and 4 and King of Fighters 96. I already have the Samurai Showdown Anthology on the Wii, which is pretty much arcade perfect. I have Samurai Showdown Orochi Saga on the PS2. Again, pretty much arcade perfect. And if I'm going to play the Rugai, I'm not really so sure on that. And plus, there is the Virtual Console. It's also on the Virtual Console, the American version, so we'll see. But I'll definitely be keeping Ragnargard, Gongon, and Cross Swords. I do have another game coming from eBay, which is Flying Power Disc, aka Windjammers, which is a really cool title Data East made for the NeoGeo. Now, I don't have a NeoGeo CD controller, actually. The person that sold this actually did not have the normal controller. Now, this, though, was really cool what he did. I think I got a really good deal in the end because of this. Not only just for the CD, the NeoGeo CD, and the games, but he gave me not 1, but 2 NeoGeo AES controllers. These are the actual controllers that came with the AES. So you got, like, they're done arcade style, so you got a nice little stick. If you hear that, it's a nice little clicky stick. The buttons work nicely as hell. It is a really nicely done system. Controller. And as you see, yeah, they kind of do all arcade style right there, trying to get the shadow out of the way. Kind of running out of space, so I'll just finish this up. I just wanted to show off this NeoGeo CD. So, probably maybe I'll start doing some NeoGeo CD reviews here and there. There are some games I would like to get on this. One especially is the original Breakers. That's kind of a little more rare, but Breakers is a really cool fighting game on the NeoGeo. Not really well known. I would love to get that. I myself would like to get a normal controller, maybe get 1 controller, sell an AES stick. These sticks can run you about, more than 50 individually. So getting both of them is a really nice deal. So, I'll just leave it at this for now. So, NeoGeo CD, look forward to it.